You're listening to the Options Insider Radio Network. For more quality options programs, visit www.theoptionsinsider.com or search for Options Insider Radio Network in your podcast provider of choice. Listeners can also access all of our programming through our mobile app, available in iTunes and on Google Play.
The options market can be a confusing place. Sorting through the daily avalanche of data, alerts, updates, articles, and analysis to find the most important information is an overwhelming prospect. But now you have help. Welcome to the Options News Rundown, the only program that breaks through the noise to bring you the most important news and information from the world of options. Every day we bring you the top 5 option stories curated by the options experts at theoptionsinsider.com, the premier source for free options information. The Options News Rundown is brought to you by Market Taker Mentoring, the leader in option trader education. Get trader education, daily trade ideas, and more with a free 1-week trial of Market Taker Mentoring's live Advantage group coaching class by visiting markettaker.com/insider. And now it's time to break through the noise. It's time for your Options News Rundown.
Good morning. Today is Tuesday, May 1st, 2018. This is your Options News Rundown. I'm Dan Passarelli. Our first story today is from investing.com, and it is the top 5 things to know in the market on today, Tuesday. First thing is Apple reports earnings. Results are due out after the market close, and they will be today's main event as a busy week for earnings rolls along. The world's largest company by market cap is expected to report adjusted earnings of $2.70 per share for its fiscal second quarter on revenue of $61.19 billion, according to analyst estimates. More importantly, investors will be looking for details on sales figures for the iPhone X and whether demand for the company's flagship device is flagging. Our second story today is Federal Reserve kicks off its policy meeting. The Federal Reserve begins its 2-day policy meeting today with a decision due Wednesday afternoon. The U.S. Central Bank is not expected to take any action on interest rates, but will likely further encourage expectations that it will lift borrowing costs in June on the back of rising inflation and low unemployment. The Fed currently forecasts another 2 rate rises this year, although an increasing number of policymakers see 3 as possible. Third thing to know is the dollar rallies to 2018 highs. The U.S. dollar index, which measures the greenback strength against a basket of 6 major currencies, rallied to its highest levels of the calendar year, ahead of the Fed's policy meeting and a fresh batch of economic data. It was up around 0.4% at 91.97 after touching a high of 92.03, a level last seen on January 11. Our fourth thing to know today is U.S. stock futures point to a weak open, which came to fruition. U.S. stock futures pointed to a weak open as investors prepped for another busy day of earnings and economic data. It's heading into a traditionally difficult month for financial markets. Fifth thing to know, oil pulls back as focus shifts to U.S. supply data. Crude prices were lower, pulling back after rallying on worries that U.S. President Donald Trump may pull out of the Iran nuclear deal. Investors now turn their attention to fresh data on U.S. commercial crude inventories to gauge the strength of demand in the world's largest oil consumer and how fast output levels will continue to rise. Our second story today is from investing.com as well. 4 cryptocurrencies posted huge gains in April as the market surged. If you've stopped paying attention to the day-to-day movement of cryptocurrencies, it might be time to start checking again. The volatile assets, which have been in something of a bear market, are soaring once again. Indeed, nearly all of the major digital coins staged impressive rallies in April, as investors returned to the market after the big falls suffered during the first quarter of 2018. Prices for the major coins, including Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple Cash, Ripple, and Litecoin, enjoyed substantial gains for the month as market sentiment picked up. thanks to a less negative backdrop that included a few high-profile investors and institutions announcing their plans to trade cryptocurrencies. A Thomson Reuters survey last week found 1 in 5 financial institutions is considering trading cryptocurrencies in the next 12 months. Of those, 70% said they plan to start trading in the next 3 to 6 months. Our third story today is from LiveTradingNews.com. Chicago agricultural commodities traded higher. Chicago Board of Trade Agricultural Commodities finished higher Monday morning, with corn futures reaching a 9-month high as wet weather continued to keep producers from planting in parts of the U.S. Midwest. July corn was 3.5 cents higher at $4.02 a bushel. July wheat was 9.25 cents higher at $5.08 a bushel. July soybean was up 3.5 cents, I guess, at $10.59 in the orders a bushel. As much as 2 inches of rain have fallen in parts of the Midwest in the past week, according to U.S. government maps. Missouri, eastern Kansas, and central Nebraska have all seen rain, along with most of the Delta states, according to the National Weather Service. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is news you can use for today, Tuesday, May 1st, 2018. Your Options News Rundown. I'm Dan Passarelli, Trade Smart, and have a great day.
Thank you for listening to the Options News Rundown. To learn more about these stories or any other developments from the world of options, visit www.theoptionsinsider.com, the premier source for free options information. The Options News Rundown is brought to you by Market Taker Mentoring, the leader in option trader education. Get trader education, daily trade ideas, and more with a free 1-week trial of Market Taker Mentoring's live Advantage group coaching class by visiting markettaker.com/insider.
The preceding program was a production of the Options Insider Radio Network. For more quality options programs, visit www.theoptionsinsider.com or search for Options Insider Radio Network in your podcast provider of choice. Listeners can also access all of our programming through our mobile app, available in iTunes and on Google Play. Don't forget to follow along with your favorite programs and submit your own questions for the hosts at twitter.com/options, facebook.com/theoptionsinsider, or via questions at theoptionsinsider.com.